Hey everybody, welcome to the Sith Dominion podcast. I'm Dr. Dana Martin, and with us tonight we have Debbie and Zane. How are you all doing this evening?
Pretty good.
Yeah, staying dry. We had a heck of a lot of rain down here in Texas last week, man. Like 7 inches in places around me. My pool was to the brim. It was insane. Did you have any weather up your way like that?
I mean, it's rained, but nothing like, major downpours or anything like that.
Yeah, there was like some crazy down shear or something there over by Houston that I think killed 4 people. This wind just destroyed some shit.
Iowa had a tornado today. Greenfield, Iowa. I have family that I don't know how close that is to where my family lives. I have some cousins. Yes, they're cousins that live out that way. They live in Fairfield, Iowa, so I'm not quite sure how close that is to them.
Cool. Well, if you guys are wondering where Cam is, we are too. No, just kidding. Cam called out. Thoughts, wishes, prayers, whatever. Hope he feels better. Feel better, Cam. And sucks that you're missing this one. Or maybe for us, it's okay. We'll get to talk. So, just kidding, Cam. If you're watching, sort of. Tonight we're gonna do something different. I've been working. I'm kind of on the forefront of AI at my place of business where I work, and we do a lot. Like I will do things like dictation into Word, and then like based on like read my presentation, like do my presentation. So it's just mess of words. I dump it into a prompt that I've already built that says organize and make this, legible, so that you take out all the ums and uhs and whatever. And now I have my speech. It's my words. It's just reorganized. And what normally would have taken me, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, took me 5. So little things like that. And so I wanted to play around with AI. I had written an article of kind of the top 8 most powerful, all subjective, of course, Dark Side Force users, and pushed that article out today and thought it would be fun if we did some head-to-head. What would happen with those top 8, and if they were to fight each other in a tournament, who ultimately would win? So using AI for the character development of stats, using AI for what would happen if these two fought, randomly putting a tournament bracket together, all of those things as random and as objective as we can be with AI. And hopefully you guys will enjoy this, and I hope it spawns tons of conversation that AI is dumb and it doesn't know what you're talking about, because I don't think there's really a replacement for humans, except for the little piece I use at work. That saves me a lot of time. So before we jump into that, though, I had started out saying I thought there was another trailer or something that had dropped, but apparently that is not the case. So forget that. There is some June 4th is the Acolyte. That's in like 2 weeks now, is all right.
Mm-hmm.
So are we excited now, getting a little closer, or are we not? Is this one of those hurry up and wait kind of like let's just get it?
I don't know. It's to the point where I'm like, I'm excited for it, but I'm kind of minding my own business till then. I'm not overly excited because I'm scared of what it's going to become. But yeah.
In pre-show, Debbie was talking about like missing this show to watch it, so I don't know.
Yeah, because it comes out on Tuesday. It depends on what time. If they do like their 3 a.m. drop, which is what it would be for me here out on the East Coast. Well, I'm not East Coast. Well, I don't live on the East Coast, but I'm considered East Coast. I would be getting up early in the morning to watch it, and then I could possibly be on the show. But I liked it when they dropped it. It would have been 9:00 p.m. my time, because I could relax and watch it, not have to worry about am I going to be late for work or? But then that would mean I would miss being on this show.
Yeah.
Not that anybody would miss me, but that's okay.
Oh my goodness. Give me a break. This one. This one. And here I was about to say, what was I about to say? I was about to say something and ask you a question, and I just lost it because now I'm like, really?
Did I
Did you
throw you
think
off?
really that we don't want to? I'm a literal guy. You can't do that to me. So, yeah, that's gone. That's totally gone. Acolyte. Oh, that's what it was. You are on the show tonight, and I'm very thankful with one of the cancellations. It just makes it harder when it's only 2 people. But you almost had the entire week off, is my understanding, that there were no shows and are not going to be a Thursday either for MCU Monday and or Cantina Happy Hour.
Yeah, my boss, Fur, is out of state for work, so he couldn't, do the shows. So we got the week off, and then, you got your whip out. It was like, that does not mean you're off for this show.
Yeah, then the
asshole.
in the AV chat, she says something like, "Oh, David's like, hey, you got the week? Yeah, the week off. Not for this show. That's great, but not for this show." No, I mean, I think it goes without saying, Debbie, you're such a freaking great part to the show. I love it. I don't like it when you're not here. When Cam's
you got to
not
have
here,
somebody on the show that looks stupid. So.
look stupid. No, that points out when we look stupid. That's
no, because half the time I don't know what I'm talking about. So kind of like tonight. That's what it'll be tonight. Because some of these dark side users I don't know, or I know their name. I just don't know.
They got little descriptions.
Yeah.
Because some of them are from the games, and I don't.
Yeah.
I don't play the games, and
Treya and Malik, and
so my knowledge is
Yeah.
limited.
Plagueis is definitely was one I was considering when I wrote the article, John. Absolutely. It's tough, man. Making lists is tough because there's specific reasons that I believe. For instance, Asajj Ventress is one of the most powerful, at least during the Clone Wars, as a Force user. I mean, she could walk the there was just so much about her. How many times she faint death? It's just like she was like a cat. You couldn't kill her. Well, she ended up dying, but yeah.
But she's back.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I was so excited, but I'll hold on to that. Okay. So let's jump into it. All right. So what we have is the folks that we have. Thank you for highlighting. That's going to really come in handy.
Yeah.
So who are the participants? So if you go to Geek News Now official, if you go to geeknewsnow.net, I'm going to show you guys. There is an article there, maybe.
Written.
Oh, there it is. Oh, wait, I got to show you, don't I? Where's the thing? Share. Screen.
Okay, I'm sorry he's not feeling well.
Share. Here we go.
You miss him.
Right here we go. Dark Side of Star Wars, most powerful Dark Side users. So this is not the ones I used. This was just a picture. Chill out. But here you go. You got Asajj, Grand Inquisitor. What? Dude, Grand Inquisitor, Darth Malik, Treya, Revan, of course. What?
Did you share your screen?
I am sharing my screen.
No, you're not.
What?
Ah.
No.
I did this last time, didn't I?
Looky
Holy
there.
crap. I know, Cam. You got it. Okay. So here we go. Oh, wait. Now I have to scroll. How do I?
Shameless plug.
Let's try this again. Yeah, shameless plug. This is my article today. But this is what the show's about. All right. So we have Ventress. We have Grand Inquisitor, and I know people are going to argue that, and that's fine. That's what this is about, having some fun. Malik, Treya. I like the trio there, right? Revan, Nihilus. All of those, they were so powerful in the Old Republic, man. Like, geez. Darth Vader, of course, and Daddy Palpy. And so, yeah, go check out that article and tell me I'm nuts. I'm fine with that. But that's what spawned this whole thing, and that is who we're going to have in the brackets going against each other. Awesome. I'll stop sharing. Hi. Oh my goodness. That was not a shameless plug. That was straight up. Plug. Acolyte. See, and this is where we're having a problem, John. We've talked about this a little bit on our other shows. If Yoda is on this, it poses a problem from what we understand the timeline to be. Because Yoda said, right, the Sith haven't been seen in 1,000 years, right? In over a millennia. So if that's the case, Yoda should not see or know anything about this red-sabered fool, or else it breaks continuity with the movies. That's my thing with it. I don't know what y'all's thoughts are, but that's kind of my approach, and we've talked about it a little on the show.
I don't know. Easily, this is going to hopefully explain why they know about Rule of Two.
See, and that's then the other crux of it, right? Like, how do they know about the Rule of Two then if they haven't seen... Because the rule... Yeah, I got you. Thank you, John. All right. So the lineups. So where is that? Oh, it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Here we go. So in the first round, we have Asajj Ventress versus Darth Nihilus. Grand Inquisitor versus Darth Revan. Darth Malak versus Emperor Palpatine, and Darth Treya versus Darth Vader. Now, all of those were randomized. I had AI randomize those on who would fight each other. I also had AI create stat sheet for them. And we'll look at those as well when we put them against each other. So let's go ahead and jump in. Asajj Ventress versus Darth Nihilus. And I made some videos. We'll see if I can do this right. All right. You guys see that?
Ooh,
Yep.
that looks fancy.
I know. So, yes, those player cards on the left and right were created by AI of what they thought that they looked like, those characters looked like based on what they were provided. And you can see race, you can see what level they are out of 20. 20 was the highest level, I guess. I don't know. Make it like D&D. So when you look at these kind of stats, I need to pause this. How do you pause that? I guess you can't. Oh well. So when you look at those stats, something that stands out to me is that she has her dexterity. And I think this is one of the things that she has over a lot of other folks. She is agile, lean, mean, and can go forever, right? I mean, fighting her to me would be exhausting with her lightsaber fighting style, her force abilities. She seems like one that if you could defend against in her close quarters combat, you would get tired. You would just get exhausted. What are your thoughts? I mean, she was a hefty piece of Clone Wars and she fought a shit ton there.
She's got a lot going for her.
Well,
I will say that. I don't know about her matchup as well, but
yeah, the matchup.
Normally, like, there's a lot that she can do. You know, she's very fast and agile, and that's really good. I mean, she still has according to the randomly generated numbers, she has great charisma and constitution, which in D&D terms, like you could roll some crazy checks on those.
So when you look at those numbers, I would say they would align with what how they depict her in the Clone Wars. I think that she was able to get with the bounty hunter. She was able to get in with the bounty hunters. There's your charisma there. She was able to do quite a bit. That I think was reflective of that. The problem, though, is I think, like you said, the matchup. But she has so much going for her. Debbie, you were about to kind of, I guess, speak on Asajj. I know you like her a bit.
Yeah, I do. I adore her, but I don't think she's a match for a planet eater.
Right.
I'm not sure anybody is, but yeah, I mean, if you put her up against some other dark side users, I think the matchup would be a lot closer and possibly in her favor in a few cases. Maybe not many, but I think it would be a lot closer than what it is with Nihilus.
Yeah, I think seeing her maybe against a Malik.
Malik or the Inquisitor.
Or who? Inquisitor.
Yeah.
I would agree. Yeah, it kind of sucks with the randomization that it popped out like, oh, Asajj, you're one of our favorites, but we're not going to see you past the first round. Bye-bye.
Such is life.
She could get in. She could get in on him if she could, force distract, whatever to get his mind so he doesn't use force or life drain on her. And I believe truly she could get in on him. She's so fast. She could get in and agile. She could get in and do damage if there was something to do damage on, if he wasn't just halfway spirit and all the things, right? Well, one of the cool things that it does, it being the old AI, is what they say occurs in the combat scenario, that her speed and acrobatics, she would use those to try to get the upper hand, which is kind of what we said. But Nihilus would totally rely on force and life drain to just destroy, and she there's no way she'd fully succumb to that at some point. So why does Darth Nihilus win? They give us a reason via AI, which is what we talked about. It's you can't get around that force drain power. How do you combat that? And the only way that I think Traya was able to subside the hunger, right, for a bit, but ultimately, man, yeah, got no chance. There's a bit that they said at the end. Ventress is a powerful dark side user trained by Dooku. Nihilus' mastery of the dark side is unparalleled in its destructive capacity. It's not wrong. I think for this one, and it's a shame for Ventress, but we'll take one more look at. And yeah, even kind of looking here. And yes, that's not Darth Nihilus. This is what, again, AI thought it would look like. Charisma 20. I mean, I don't know if that's charisma. I think that's just more I'm scared. I don't want to die. Do what you say.
Could you imagine Nihilus as a bard?
Spouting poetry and
that'd be fantastic.
Picking up all the ladies.
And Juliet.
How do I deal with all this pain? It is your life that I will drain. What? No, stop. Okay. All right. So yeah, the next round is kind of unfair as well. Grand Inquisitor versus. So I just unmuted everybody. Sorry. Yeah, this is interesting because for all of, again, this is Dark Side, not just straight up, not straight up Sith. I'll pop that back up 1 sec. Oh no. My OCD. I should have made this like. Would you agree on? I think I would disagree here on specifically intelligence. I don't know. I'm looking at intelligence. We'll pop this back up. Hold on. I'm looking at intelligence at 18 versus 15. Revan has 18. I don't think I would quite agree with that. I mean, I agree with it, but from a strategic perspective, I would expect the intelligence to be higher.
I would honestly, I think both of theirs need to be higher.
With
I
a
like
cap of 20, 18 is pretty damn high.
Inquisitor needs to be like a 16.
I would agree.
At least, because there's a reason he was the Grand Inquisitor.
Yes.
And that's all it is.
So when it comes to, you know who the Inquisitor is, Debbie. You keep selling yourself short. So Grand Inquisitor versus Darth Revan. I don't feel this is a fair fight. Do you feel this is a fair fight?
From what I know of Revan, no. No. Yeah. I mean, I think it might be closer than what Asajj and Nihilus was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that matchup. That's like, a number 1 seed going against a number 16 seed or whatever.
Yeah. It's Duke versus Indiana. No, I mean Duke versus Sorry, I had to. Okay, I can feel that. Okay. Hoosiers. Oh, hey, look at there. Scared us. Changed the subject.
Back when Bobby Knight was up.
Oh, that's right. Jar Jar Jar. Do it. I can't wait for the Lego.
The Lego.
I know.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, super fun. Hopefully we'll bring it up on the show because it'll be fun to talk about Dark Jar Jar. But yeah, I don't think this is fair. You
don't think it's fair?
Well, we don't. Do we know the full capability and capacity of Grand Inquisitor yet? Like we do Revan.
I don't think we do.
I don't think so either. So,
well, I mean, was that me or you guys?
What?
Static?
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
Obviously, it's me. I couldn't read because the print is so low. I couldn't read, or so small. I couldn't read all of Revan's stuff. But he's the one that. Wait, was that the other guy? Is Revan the one that used to be Jedi and then he went? Okay, so I mean, the Grand Inquisitor is the same way. He used to be a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got dual knowledge. Oh no!
No worries, brother. I didn't realize what it said until I popped it up there.
Well, at least we don't smell it. I'm here all week, folks.
You're here all week. I'm never getting another guest on the show. You guys have a good one. We'll see you next week.
That's the only reason I'm here. Comic relief.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, he was a Jedi, sure.
Yeah, I honestly, you also have to think about who we're talking about here. We're not talking about Jedi Knight Revan, who went through all of the.
What?
That's the thing. Revan after he's redeemed, basically.
Yeah.
We're talking about Darth Revan, who ended up getting betrayed and not killed, but almost by Malak.
Mm-hmm.
He lost to Malak.
There's books for that now too.
I know. I've read them. It's been so long.
So when you also have to think about that is if he was able to lose to Malak, I think Grand Inquisitor has a chance. Is it a good chance? No. It's like a 70-30, but I think it's not fair, but it's getting there. It's one of the most fair fights we probably have.
Of the two that we've had, this one certainly is more fair. Did I play that one already?
I think
I didn't play that video, did I?
There's a video.
Yeah. You
Oh, I
played
did.
that.
Yeah, I did because we talked.
Man, old age is catching up with you,
What
Dana.
time is it? Have we already been going for an hour? I don't. Man. Okay.
I'm the one
overall,
with the memory issues.
Revan still kicks his butt, but
Yeah.
the Inquisitor definitely can do stuff.
So combat mastery of Jedi tactics and lightsaber skills. We have seen that by the Grand Inquisitor, and AI brings that up. It's interesting what AI has access to, or ChatGPT has access to, and what it spits out. And it's kind of fun. Inquisitor tries to leverage fear and intimidation. Revan's strategic genius, superior force abilities gradually overwhelm him. I don't know that that's how that plays out. I think it's a decent fight for, few 10 minutes or so, and then Inquisitor doesn't have the experience that Darth Revan has, to where Darth Revan just waited for the opening and got him. Like I can see that more along the lines of a Revan Grand Inquisitor fight.
Mm-hmm.
Then gradually wear him down.
So Scarif says that the Inquisitor from Kenobi would get his butt kicked.
Well, he said he's like Inquisitor post Kenobi, but that's with Rebels as well. I don't know. That Inquisitor was kind of a menace.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you notice I keep saying Clone Wars. I know it's the same character, but can we all agree it's not really the same character?
They should have brought Jason Isaacs in.
When the main guy said, I didn't watch a single part of this character before I acted him.
I mean, the makeup was yes.
He looks like
Happy
Megamind.
birthday, by the way.
He looks like Megamind.
Happy birthday, Andrew. Megamind. Yes! What was that? What was that? It was terrible. Well, the makeup was terrible. How many millions of dollars do you have for this show? And I could do more with some spray foam and a file. Like, what are you doing? This is dumb. And so I get it, right? Like, it costs money to make them look a specific way. And if they make them look different and kind of the same, they save money, I guess. But am I wrong? He just looked ridiculous.
They've done a species in live action before. You saw that in Revenge of the Sith.
They did a what?
A live action of a species.
Yes, and it looked fantastic. He is here. Yes, I love it. Yes. Utapau.
Yeah, I didn't know if maybe, I don't know. I guess my thoughts were the dude in Kenobi was a different Grand Inquisitor before the one in Rebels came along.
I hope
that was
true.
my thoughts, because that was the only way I could get around him looking so differently.
Yeah. So I was getting photographs from my 100. I was getting pics for my article, and when I was looking online for Inquisitor pics, I just typed in Grand Inquisitor and then hit images, and I've got like 4 different versions to choose from. And come on, man. Like, you go Vader, it's like you got Ralph McQuarrie, or you got this, like, real Vader. Like, you have 2 Vaders, I get it. But with this guy, it's 4, and they're everywhere, because every piece of live action and or whatever, he looks different. And I think you're doing that dirty. I think you're doing that character dirty. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we can agree that, yeah, they're right. And it's kind of unfair. Revan would totally own. There was so I don't quite know. Revan is skilled combatant, proficient with both lightsabers and force powers. His versatility and adaptability in combat make him superior opponent to the Grand Inquisitor. I would agree. I believe his saber combat, him being Inquisitor, while I don't think overtly show it, I think it's implied. He's quite the swordsman. That's implied. No one wants to really sword against. It's
like he's
duel
back in the locker room.
against.
Which wine have you had?
Man,
Jesus.
this is. I know. This is.
We've only been on a half hour, Dana. Come on.
I'm only on the second glass. It's the 19 Crimes with the
Only
rum
on the second
barrel
glass.
one. It's
Was that the bottle glass?
We'll just set that over there. I'll drink my water out of my canteen for now.
Sure.
You do that.
Yeah. So no, I'm good. So yeah, I think we would agree that one, it's kind of unfair. Two, that's probably how it would play out. And the charisma side of things for both of them, they both are able to rally, but I think they both did it in different ways. And this is kind of the deep dive little piece here that we've talked about before with Revan. That Revan didn't have to manipulate people. He didn't have to. He led people. He was a damn good leader. He knew how to influence people, how to gain rapport and trust, and build a team to go nuts. And that's what he did. Whereas the Grand Inquisitor is like, I will force choke you or slice you in the back if you disobey. It's two ways, and both ways can be successful, but one clearly is way more successful. And it's not the way of the Grand Inquisitor. Cool. All right, next round. This one I think would be a little closer than what we might think it would be. Darth Malak versus Emperor Palpatine. I'm not crazy. I think this would be a good match. Let's take a quick peek. I love what AI did with Malak, man, on that picture.
That reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul. Holy crap.
Well, I had it's funny you say that. I had Ichi the Killer. Are you familiar with the Ichi? Ichi the Killer? No? Okay, never mind. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. I mean, you can Google to see what it is, but don't watch it. Son. Never mind.
Too late.
You say don't. I'm going to do it.
What is this?
Yeah, dude had his like slit and he could open his mouth real wide. Like, just, it's like Japan horror. It's crazy. Anyways. So, Darth Malak versus Emperor Palpatine. Let me pull that one up. Take another peek. So intelligence for our boy Palpy, 20. For Malak, 14. I would agree. But where I think it messes up is hit points. You had hit points at 190 out of 200, and Malak at full on 200. Sidious at 1, I would say that would be less. I would say that Malak could take a licking and keep ticking more so than Emperor Palpatine. But I have a question. At the end of the battle between Mace and Palpatine, I don't know if this has been said, so I could be, you guys just tell me. Was Palpatine faking, or did he just get his ass whooped?
Yes.
Yes.
He was.
That was his way of manipulating Anakin.
He easily dismantled like 3 out of the 4 group. Just 1, 2, 3, you're dead. Kept Mace alive just for because he had to make that choice.
Because if Anakin were to show up and everyone was dead, he would have fought him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never thought of that. God, I love that Palpy. He's so smart. He is.
Oh, I love this person.
All the naysayers and what I mean. Understand, Lucas had this character in mind like 100 years ago, man. Like, so amazing. Let's look. Oh, we already looked at the tail of the tape. Anything else step out? I mean, I agree. Strength 12 on Palpy. I don't agree with 18. I think he's like 20. Like he is the one of the most wise. How many relics, holocrons, all of the archives that they had at Coruscant. I mean, the dude knew everything almost, and he stayed alive somehow. Palpatine returned. Sorry, Cam. So what do you guys think? Is that how it's going to play out? Malik's going to get defeated by Palpy?
Oh, easily. I mean, I don't want to sell him short, but the man was laughing and having fun while going against Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
That's because he's mad. He's like Apple, just drunk with power. Like has no idea what's in store for him and how much everyone hates him. They just drunk with power. with sorry, with Palpatine though, do you think that based on like Return of the Jedi, I think we've touched on this in other shows, like his overconfidence maybe is one of his shortcomings.
Mm-hmm.
He's cocky. Yeah. Anyone? No. Do you think that that hurts him in this battle though?
No. Especially with Malik. No. Malik was cocky. There's a reason why he doesn't have a mouth.
There's a reason he doesn't have a jaw. I mean, I just can't imagine him. I don't know. I see that fight as being Palpatine kind of toying with him a bit. Yeah, like just I mean, he's just let him feel like he's doing well. Like whenever you're playing checkers with your kid, make him think they're doing well. I used to do that with Zane with chess, and then now he beats me, so I don't do that anymore. I would make him think he did. Did I ever let you win? Ever? Anything?
No.
Are you happy, or did you wish you would have let you win one?
Well, now you're losing everything, so.
Oh my god! Speaking of losers, Malik lost this. Change that subject. Wow. Oh, and there was 0 people watching until now. There's 3. That's lovely. Thanks, son. No. In all honesty, when I think about Darth Malik, he's one of my kind of secondary, tertiary favorite characters. I think he's got a great story. We've dedicated an entire show to him. Great. Loyal to Revan to a fault, and then not. So yeah, but ultimately, I mean, it's Palpatine. Who's gonna beat Palpatine? Awesome. We have one more. Oh, I wanted to see what they said about the combat scenario. Yeah, Malik and brute strength, aggressive saber technique. Yeah. But as it intensifies, Palpatine's superior dark side knowledge, ultimately defeating Malik. Yeah, totally. His knowledge. That was something in Clone Wars, right? Where Dooku and Yoda square off, and Dooku talks about his knowledge and the power of the dark. Like his knowledge makes him powerful, and that's one of the things that with the lore of Star Wars, it's as you learn and as you are digesting this information and these skills and whatever, you're growing, you're becoming bigger within yourself and within the power of the Force, dark or light. And that's the same thing like with investing in yourself. I'd sent out the thing earlier today, inviting some folks. Just DM me. I'll do a free assessment for you for Maxwell Disc. Because it's the same freaking thing. It's the archives. It's digging into yourself. It's making yourself better, and becoming something bigger than you are today, tomorrow. And so Malik was not really. I mean, he dabbled in some of that, but not like the way Palpatine. Man, Palpatine had people all over the galaxy looking for these things. And Debbie, doesn't that? Yeah, he's in Rebels when. the world between, like he was looking for that, right?
Yeah,
The world between
he
worlds?
had access to World Between Worlds because he couldn't cross the threshold, but he was trying very hard to drag Ezra back.
That's right.
And he
That's
could
right.
create an illusion, making Ezra see his parents, or maybe he opened up a portal. I'm not quite sure. It's been a while since I've seen that episode. But yeah, I mean, he just couldn't cross that threshold.
I see a
Can you
lot of
imagine the damage he would do?
Yeah, I see if this is where timelines get so broken, right? Because then that would mean that our OTJ never happened, or did it? And now the timeline's a different timeline, and I'm so confused. I hope they explain that because of the whole Anakin returning and he's in the between worlds, or is he? Is he there? Is that
I thought that was
confirmed?
just
We
the
don't know.
Force. I thought that was just the Force.
Just the Force. Oh,
Or he's
going-
Almost like the gatekeeper.
father now.
Mm.
Do you think they've? We'll talk about that later, because I know we're gonna get to talk about that. Let's jump the last matchup. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I sure hope they. I sent a picture in our chat of Anakin as the father, and did I show it? I showed it last week on the show.
I think you did, yeah.
It's good stuff. I got it. Just Anakin. Okay, we're getting into Darth Vader now. Darth Vader versus Traya. And I think that actually is probably in the first round. Got to be one of the closest.
Oh, I think it is the closest. Easily.
Those two, in their own right, super powerful within the games, within the books, within the lore. Legends, canon, doesn't matter. Both of them super powerful. Both of them able to lead many people, a whole army of people, the triumvirate with Traya, sorry. And then, of course, Vader's Inquisitors and whoever else he trained throughout. Pull up that one. Because, man, what they did with Vader was wrong. But, so, you cannot tell it to make a Vader because it's against the rules. So they have Vader pretty crazy here too. Human cyborg. I thought that was interesting, but he is. Pull it up one more. And Darth Traya. I love that they have her intelligence at 20. Her level is 19, same or 20 for Vader. I think her intelligence is where Vader gets way outmatched here. She, in my opinion, I think she's way smarter than Anakin or Darth Vader. Vader became more intelligent as he did his own searching for relics, but he only had one thing in mind, and it was only one power he was searching for, and it was to bring Padme back. His focus was too narrow. Whereas Traya, that old woman, she crazy old bat taking over the world. So, what do you guys think? Best fight that we could see could be between these two? If so, why?
I don't know much about Traya. Was she in any books?
No, she
No.
was in the
Just the
KOTOR
games?
Just the games.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
no. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll just sit here and be a deer in headlights.
No. So she's the one that oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't like. I think Traya should win this.
Really? Why is that?
That is because, well, one, she was able to gather two of the most powerful Sith into a triumvirate. That is one thing that Vader has never been able to do. He has never been able to gather people powerful to join equal to him in some or under him like that. Because I mean, Nihilus 8 planets, he was under Traya.
Scion was under, and he was holding himself. He was rotting flesh, holding himself together by the Force.
I just
Those
think,
two.
even when you talk about peak Darth Vader, it's still him in a suit, and him in a suit couldn't come close to Palpatine. And I think Traya is just a woman Palpatine.
Ooh, them might be fighting words. She did create the triumvirate. She lost a hand. So there's something to that in the lore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Rey didn't even lose a hand, so come on.
Rey could heal herself.
It just grows back again. Oh, no. 4 portions, please.
All I can think of is Deadpool, with a little baby hand.
That's not my hand.
Oh, my gosh. I saw that Fall Guy this weekend, so I got to see that trailer. Deadpool. Oh my god, it's gonna be fun, y'all.
I'm very excited. I cannot wait.
Heck yeah. So yeah, Dark Traya was always again one of those secondary, tertiary kind of characters that I've always really liked because of her ability to bond and build a group and a team around her. I mean, this is what I do, right? So when to your point, the fact that she was able to gather those two now, 1-on-1, 1v1. Now she's got the like triple lightsaber thing. That's pretty. I don't know why I'm doing this with the hiya, but it's like a triangular. Oh, I'm a part of the. Okay, triangle thing.
You got this.
With the sabers and they're purple, so that's cool. Would you say though she was full on dark side? Full on. No.
She was tainted by the dark side, you could say.
Sure.
Poisoned. But she was a Jedi. And I think as far as we see her in the story, she never fully succumbed. You saw the people underneath her fully succumb to the dark side, but she wasn't rotting. She wasn't eating planets to survive.
I think that's a whole nother level, though, of evil. I mean, I'll let you guys. What I miss? What happened?
Andrew in the chat.
Oh, what did you do, Andrew? That's fantastic. I'm so used to talking to Debbie over video that I've been having to remind myself she can't hear me when I talk aloud. Andrew, do you want to jump on for the last part of the show? I'm for real. So yeah, that's always been something for me that has been huge. Is just as a in the world of leadership, she's that person, and I was about to say, whoa, the Inquisitors, but he didn't select the Inquisitors; they were selected for him, and
he didn't like them.
There was and Palpatine did that shit on purpose.
He
did that on purpose. Oh my goodness! Did Andrew reach out to me in Messenger? But he's been on our show before, like once before. No, maybe I was on your show.
I don't remember.
Anyway, I don't.
I don't know much about Traya's, but I'm going to stick with my boy, Aiden. That's my boy.
Yeah.
My man.
I think when it comes down to it, anytime we've seen him in Vader in the comics, outside of the scope of what I would say a toned down Vader is, Kenobi's not a real toned down Vader. That's how I always imagine Vader, shove a kid up against a freaking wall. Like, that's Darth Vader. Understand? Like, yeah, just done. Nothing's gonna stand in his way. Traya was the same way, though. Nothing's gonna stand in her way, and she's going to even use a rotting corpse to throw in front of you if that's what she needs to do. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I'll align with AI. Vader was, even with the suit, one of the most powerful individuals ever in the Star Wars universe. And that's new shit aside, new stuff aside, where he's in the world between worlds and still teaching and whatever else he's doing. To me, Vader always. What did the AI say how that would go? Oh yeah. Power, relentless determination. He engages her with his, and he was a good lightsaber duelist even after we saw that finally in Kenobi. Have you guys seen that piece on A New Hope where someone did a thing with Kenobi and him? Oh my god, that is so awesome. And that's how I imagined it should have been. we had an old bridge over the River Kwai dude trying to do something he didn't even want to do in the first place. No worries, my friend. We'll keep you on the back burner, and we'll join you in.
Wait, before we do anything else, are you Darth Sane?
The whole time? Oh my gosh. No way. Damn it, Fur. And he's not even here to defend himself.
That was funny.
Oh, thank you.
He does it all the time. I'll be like, you need to change your name.
Oh, you got your doctorate? Oh, stolen valor. So yeah. People get yeah, because you're trying to talk, Andrew, you're trying to talk to Debbie and share your thoughts, and you can't. That's great. Yeah, what else were they saying? Raw power is why Vader wins. His physical strength, he's super strong, and he's got cyborg strength too. Come on. His lightsaber skills, she can attempt to control and influence, but ultimately just his power. He's just insane. Combat skills with the lightsaber. She had that little swirly thing. It's actually pretty cool. In the video game when she uses her 3 sabers, but because she only has one hand, so she can't wield but like just one, and then but she has 3, and they make a triangle. It's really cool.
Choose the Force to wield the lightsaber.
Oh, it's an alt. Yes, man. And Andrew, it was
multiverse.
Does that make me Zane Jr.?
I have no idea what's happening. So, moving into next week, we will not. I do not have any more graphics because that took a while, and we're out of time for this part of the show. So, next week we will go over Darth Nihilus versus Darth Revan, and Palpatine versus Vader. Yes, we have seen Palpatine versus Vader, but someone else was in the room. This is just Palpy versus Vader. That's it. No other people to interfere. I think that Luke tired out Palpatine. Too weak.
I can't. You can't hold on. I can't.
Do it. Save me, Anakin.
I love me some.
The Jedi are taking over.
What's his name? What's the actor's name? I can't remember now.
McDermott?
McDermott. Yes, I love him in all the not the jerk. What was the Steve Martin and Michael Caine? He was in that too. Way back. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Loved him in that. Freaking many roles. But I know he was probably directed in that manner, and I just laugh it took me out of the moment with the whole I'm too weak. I just didn't like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm a wuss. Because because he's a Sith architect. I mean, before that movie came out, people at like my place of business referred to me as like Darth Sidious, and not because I was mean, but because I just Sith architect. Like I would architect stuff at work, and we would do stuff we shouldn't be doing, and magically it's now ours in a good way for our team. So when that movie hit and I saw this little, even if he was acting, like it just irritates me. So for episode 3 being my favorite of the first 3, that one scene I fast forward so that it's like it's just it's ridiculous looking, and he's like, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're kneeling, you're crying, shut up, go kill him, go kill the kids. All right. And that's how it goes. So next week, Palpatine versus Vader alone. Nihilus versus Darth Revan. That's gonna be fun because they don't act. Darth Revan and Nihilus never meet. This will be fun. So ultimately, then we either have Nihilus or Revan versus Palpatine or Vader. We'll see what happens. Yes, just fast forward and it's funny. Or if you can do it like on your like your whatever it's called computer, where you can speed it up like 1.5, and he's like, do it. It's do it. It's really fast. And it's fantastic. Yeah. I shouldn't do this. Do it. Awesome. So that was fun. I can't wait to do more of this next week, and hopefully Cameron will be back.
Trial.
And what? You must
stand
trial.
trial.
I know. No, that was super fun. So some other stuff we are going to do this evening. Want to, since we have 2 weeks before the Acolyte, I want to ask the question about the Carrie-Anne Moss character that maybe you guys know or don't know, and if not, we'll move on to the next piece. But she's only credited for 1 episode, and I think I touched on this the last time we talked about this movie or this show. And I feel like that's if that actually happens, then perhaps they're using this as a bait and switch. Look at this. We got Carrie-Anne Moss doing her Matrix awesome things, and yeah. Take it easy, Andrew. Hope you had a good one. Wait, good night. Oh, Debbie's gonna be like, "Yep, me too." Yeah. So concerning that, do you fear they're gonna do some sort of bait and switch? They're just gonna kill her off, get everyone there to watch her do her Matrix stuff. That's what they were showing in the clip, and then she's dead. If she encounters, go ahead.
I'm just saying it could be. I mean, as much as I hate how much they've been putting in popular, well, I don't know if she's popular anymore, but I mean, everybody knows her from the Matrix, but it's just like, I get tired of them putting in well-known people, and it's just like
Lizzo. Yeah.
If you're going to bring somebody in, Sam Witwer.
Yeah.
Damn it. Come on.
They did.
Why can't you have a recurring role with the queen of sci-fi herself, Sigourney Weaver? Wouldn't that be fun? Can Sigourney Weaver have a Star Wars part?
She's going to be in.
Wait. Yeah, Skeleton Crew. I think she's going to be in Skeleton Crew.
I can't remember what show it was. I was like, was it Andor? I don't know.
So, in case anyone doesn't realize, this is our 38th show. So, around show 10, I start forgetting about other things that were talked about in the previous shows. We talked about that in a previous show completely. Debbie, I think all of us were on that show. But that's okay. I forgot to.
I
Zane
forgot what
forgot.
I did this morning.
I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
What? You don't know who Sigourney Weaver is? What
Yes, you
the
do. We
heck?
watched Aliens. We watched
Ghostbusters?
Aliens.
We didn't watch Aliens.
I guess I just watched it the other day.
You're a bad parent.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. You've seen Ghostbusters.
Who does she play?
Dana. Like the character Dana. The
Bill
chick,
Murray's
like,
love
Bill Murray's
interest.
love interest.
Oh,
There is
I
no
don't remember
Dana,
her face.
only Zool. Yeah.
I know who you're talking about though.
Yes,
I don't know her
my
face.
whole life. My whole life. Yes.
You
and
must
Vigo.
watch Aliens.
It's not me.
It's on the list, Zane.
I think it is. I watched
Yeah.
an Aliens movie like
Which one?
5 years ago. Whatever the newest one was 5 years ago.
Oh, that was terrible.
Prometheus?
That was
Eh.
terrible.
Maybe. I don't know. We got it on
No.
Redbox.
No.
Don't look at me.
Mm-mm. My thing with the Carrie Ann Moss thing, pre Matrix, like I've always liked her. I thought she was a good actress and what have you. And then the Matrix just made her like cool, you know, like she could do all. I know kung fu, and when we see her in this doing that, my first thing is Terrace Kasi, and I've talked about that. I've written about that. That is a piece of Star Wars Legends now. I don't think it's a canon piece anymore. It is?
Yes, it is.
Nice. And so
Solo. Is her name Kira?
Yes, Kira.
Yeah, she does
Love
it.
that
Yeah,
actress.
when they go to Kessel.
That's right.
So yeah, she goes, I know her, and I think she said it to Solo when she took out what's his face. You know, I'm trained in Karakasi or
Terrace Kasi. I'll have to rewatch that. And having all of those folks kind of come in a martial arts kind of way lends itself to that. I like. Thank you for bringing that up because mentioning that because I did not realize that. With those there was a whole video game that was dedicated. It was just a fight game with Star Wars is essentially what it was. It was called Masters of Terrace Kasi, and it was really fun just to play characters that you knew and grew up with and fight in a way like that. Seeing it live action like this was super exciting for me. I have a bar that I'm trying to be reasonable and realistic and not push it too high and get disappointed. But I am excited for the Acolyte. I want to see more material around the dark side. And I mean, as we've proven, there's a lot of stuff there, man, that they're not capitalizing on in storytelling, in lore, in just good all around character development. The video games do much more with that. So, the last piece for today, I'm gonna jump up to, I think. Yeah, so Comic Cons, I had that. I don't see it listed though. I was gonna talk. Don't we have some cons coming up? No, I thought I had something there for that. Do we have anything with GNN over the next few times? We don't have tomorrow or Thursday.
War of the Stars will probably. Well, yeah, they'll be dropping an episode. War of the Stars will be dropping an episode tomorrow.
Awesome. And War of the Stars has
Mark Tolley and Garrett.
Mark and Garrett. Right.
I can't remember Garrett's last name. Apologies.
Garrett was on our show a couple weeks ago for a little while. Jumped in. So awesome. And then, so yeah, War of the Stars tomorrow. The other Jonathan Hiles podcast, that's the lightsabers. Do we have any of those?
Captain's Logs and Lightsabers.
Any more episodes of that coming? Do we know? Maybe?
Not to my knowledge. I think I think he drops them like once a month, maybe.
Once a month? Okay. We'll keep an eye out for that next month. Do we
Geek Gauntlet.
have Geek Gauntlet on Saturday? Yes. Am I ever going to get asked back to that? Did I ruin my one time I was there? She's going to say, you were on Geek Gauntlet once? I'm going to say, exactly. Like,
You were on Geek Gauntlet once?
exactly. It was like the fourth week I was a part of GNN. I didn't have any. I brought zero to the table. I mean, if anything, all I did was chew up bandwidth. I did nothing. I just sat there and smiled and nodded.
Usually, I mean, once they talk about whatever, if it's something like if it's Star Wars or, if a DC movie or Marvel movie, if they talk about that, I'm fine. But then when they get into gaming and anime and some of the other stuff, then I'm just like a deer in headlight. Usually I pop out after that.
just kind of quietly.
I can't contribute, people. I'm sorry.
That's awesome. Yeah. Over at GNN, we got a little something for everybody. And it's a blast. Cameron, sorry we missed you tonight, man. But I will say, apparently, the lack of Cameron means we are missing material. So we need you back because our show is a fourth short tonight because you're not here. Just kidding.
2 hours long.
It's not 2 hours. I know, right? Like, what are we doing? Are we really going to stop?
I'm rejoicing. My bladder thanks you.
Right? I didn't even get to finish the bottle of wine.
That's probably for the best.
That's all right. We'll keep this going after as we do some after dark. No, that one night, Debbie, you bolted and we stayed like midnight. We stayed up till midnight.
That's midnight your time, but that's 1 o'clock my time.
I know. And the stream was done. We were just hanging out, just chatting and talking, solving the world's problems and bitching about the other ones we couldn't solve. So
and plus, I'm in the middle of a FDR documentary.
Oh,
are you really?
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah!
I don't know.
It's on Hulu. I think it's only like 3 episodes long, but it's been very interesting. There was some stuff I didn't know.
Like
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Well, I like the war stuff. When they get into the war stuff, I like that.
Oh yeah.
Isn't he like the only president to serve 3 terms?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't serve all of them.
Roughly.
He got elected for 3 terms.
Awesome. Well, folks, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us this evening. Cam, hope you feel better. We did this pretty fast, and because I think we agreed with a lot of what the AI was saying. At the end of the day, AI is using material that we all read and we all see to create this. I think for us, what I'd like to do is go around and just say one thing that was like, yeah, that was cool about the AI stuff. And then one thing that was like, that was stupid. I'll start with the first thing that was cool. I thought there was a lot within the numbers that I could agree with, that they would take whatever lore story that the AI could gather from the internet, produce these numbers in D&D style. And I would say for the most part, I would agree. So I was pretty impressed with that. What I thought was ridiculous was AI's version of creating the individual based on internet description and stats. So you only had a couple of people that kind of looked like the character does in those graphics. But yeah, so what's one good, one bad from today's show with those matchups or the AI or what have you?
Well, for me, I think the good and bad were the AI because some of them looked really cool. And then some of the others were like, what the hell's that? Like you said, it wouldn't let you do Vader, so Vader looked very weird, but Chewie? So yeah, that's my good and bad was the AI.
Zane, what are your thoughts?
I did love the numbers on how they were very, very close to what you would see in real life. You know.
Yeah.
Obviously there were a little bit of hiccups, you know, but overall I really like those numbers. I would have to agree with all of y'all. The pictures were kind of. I do think if you wanted to get better pictures at the end of the day, it is all based on the user and how descriptive they are.
Yeah, if I thought of this idea like last week, I would have had a week to work on refining my prompt for these pictures.
However, a whole essay for one.
Yeah, no, not anymore. So now that we've got, because I didn't come up with this idea till like this over the weekend. I think I shot it, or Friday. I shot it to you guys. Hey, what do you think about this? I'm gonna write an article. You always got to cross pollinate, right, Debbie? You gotta keep everything all connected.
Don't cross streams.
Don't cross streams.
Don't cross streams.
Don't cross the streams. Yeah, that's a different thing. That's a totally different, and that has two meanings too.
Double entendre.
Yes. What was I saying? What was I saying?
I think you're saying
about cross pollination.
Yeah.
The birds and the bees. I don't know.
Getting people to GNN, getting people to our other shows. Within the GNN article that I've spoken about, that I pushed out today, there's some cross articles. Even some articles I wrote, some articles. Andrew Orozco, who's no longer a staff writer for us, but has some great articles still out there on GNN. I crossed some of those in there too. So yeah, man, go check out the article because there's a lot of stuff to read outside of me. Visit our other shows. Andrew, thank you for joining this evening. That was super fun. I forget. Scarif is John. No,
Roe.
And then who else did we miss?
The guy at the very beginning, Jonathan.
John Van
Ghosting.
Steinstein. Either way, thank you for joining.
And Cam's wife.
Over there in TikTok that watched, and some of you stayed for quite a while and watched it from this angle. Thank you, guys. Next week, we're going to go over the next round. We'll also have a couple of other interesting things. We're going to have a little poll. I haven't told you guys about that. We're going to have a little poll for the summertime. And a couple of things we can talk about and do. I'm excited about that too. At the end of the day, the show is really just about having some fun, talking about some Star Wars from a dark side point of view, and hopefully we learn a little something along the way about ourselves and about our environment and the people around us and how we can be better. So, that being said, it is 9:13 p.m. in the Central Time Zone, not the Eastern Time.
Central Standard Time.
Are we at daylight savings?
I have no idea.
Or Central. That's why I always say CT, because I don't know the difference between S and D. All I know.
I'm daylight savings time.
Well, then I'm daylight savings time too.
And we are CDT.
That's right, CDT. Every Tuesday at 8 CDT, unless we're not in CDT, and then we're CST.
And then it's 8 CST.
8 CST. But it is on Tuesdays. I do have some potential time traveling overseas in the next month or so, out of country. So I don't know that we'll have a show. If I do, and I can do the show, that would be awesome to do it from like a pub in London. I don't know. Maybe.
He's time traveling. He's like the doctor.
That's right. I could be the doctor. You know, the box is a lot bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. All right. I do like me some Doctor Who. Do you like Doctor Who, Debbie?
I've never watched it because I never know where to begin. The show goes back to the 60s, and I'm like, I know. Should I start there? Should I start with the Matt Smith?
Start with the Ninth Doctor. David Ecclestein's the Ninth Doctor. You know David Ecclestein. He's Marvel and whatever. I mean, he was all over the place. He was in Thor, the first. He was the bad guy in Thor, the first one. Yeah. Anyways, he's the Doctor, one season, and then you get David Tennant for like 2 seasons, I think. But you're hooked.
David Tennant?
How many seasons? 2? 3?
David Tennant had more seasons than everyone else.
Are you serious? He was the 11th Doctor. Or no, he was
And-
the 10th Doctor. Matt
Now,
Smith.
how
was the
many
11th.
episodes per season?
Some what, like 12, 15?
Oh,
somewhere
really?
around there. I
Wow.
think.
They're good. Oh, and I'll be honest, like it took me a little bit, that season 9 or Dr. 9, David Eccleston, that season. It took a while to get into. And I had to just trust that all these people with all the stickers on their bumpers and all their backpacks and all that BS, they can't be wrong. And you get through about the 4th episode and you're like, this is weird. But it's kind
So
of
is it like a quantum leap type?
Eh,
See, this is
yes
I know
and
at least
no.
a
I've
lot.
never heard it compared that way, but you could say, yeah. I mean, they're at specific points in time in different parts of the universe, points of time and space, and then things occur and they have to make sure that everything works out correctly. There are stakes in the ground that cannot ever be changed. Space and time be damned. These are markers, and they will always be markers. So there's those sorts of things around there that you learn, as you go through the series. And yeah, it's great. You even get Timothy Dalton being like a badass leader of this plant, like holy shit, like a warrior. Like it's fun.
Matt
It's good.
Smith and
Uh,
Peter
Are you
Capaldi.
my mummy? Will give you nightmares, but also don't blink. Don't blink. Will give you nightmares too.
Don't blink.
We are not a Doctor Who show, but clearly Dana has some Doctor Who
Doctor
in
Who.
his veins. I do have the 11th Doctor or the 10th Doctor.
Sonic
Yes,
screwdriver.
electric screwdriver.
Sonic screwdriver.
Sonic screwdriver. Electric screwdriver. We're not a Doctor Who show. Do we talk about Doctor Who at all on the Geek Gauntlet? No Whovians on the Geek Gauntlet? I'm getting mad.
Not to my knowledge.
Really?
Whovian,
They had all those new specials come out and everything, and they
Yeah,
like
they even
showed the
have
newest Doctors.
Disney's coming out with the new Doctor after the last one.
I think we could expand so much more because we really don't have any shows about DC. I mean, I'm sure there's some other Whovians around here that you could do a show on Whovian or Doctor Who, or just a show that Battlestar Galactica, which I might start watching the reboot because I've seen all episodes dropped on Prime. Because the last time I tried to watch it, they only had certain seasons, and I'm like, why would you do that? Why?
Zane sent me a
Oopsie daisy.
Bye TikTok.
Did the wine get in the way?
The wine. You gonna whine about it? How's your head?
So for those of you playing along at home that don't have visual, my ring light and phone just fell on my face.
No.
It was glorious. Glorious, I tell you.
No, not for me.
Kill him. Kill him now.
Him now. Do it.
Do it.
Do
It
it.
was listening.
Do it.
No, so yeah, and we're a very narrow-minded show as far as content. We're Star Wars and Dark Side. And our
No, I'm just
platform
saying there's
has
other
several.
shows that could be created that to reach a wider geek fan base.
So
Dumb.
here's something that we could do. If you want to go and start watching those, Zane, you haven't started them either, have you?
What? The Battlestar?
The Battlestar? Yeah.
I haven't
So
watched
he
them
pinged
yet.
me like the other day. He's like, "Hey, I found that like for sale, whatever, like a season of Battlestar Galactica."
It was
And I
the
was like,
first one.
"Psh, watch this," and I like I was like the box Blu-ray set, like all seasons right here, and I said I'll let you borrow it, but I mean you live with a bunch of dudes in San Marcos, Texas. Like I don't know that I can trust that they're not going to come back scratched, or come back at all.
What did
He's
you
like,
say?
yeah, we'll just hold on to it. But you're
Nick
interested
Cole.
in watching the show. You're interested, Debbie, in watching the show. Maybe we have a little
See, I
side
watched
show.
the originals back
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
day.
Dude, Jane Seymour,
Jane Seymour, Dirk Benedict,
Dirk Benedict,
Richard Hatch.
Lauren Green.
Lauren Green.
Zane's like, who, what, how, when?
I
Billy, y'all
what?
talking
Is that
about?
the Beatus guy? No, that was
Beatus
Wilford
guy?
Brimley. That's a different guy. That's Cocoon. That's a whole nother.
The Hornet?
Oh Lord,
Okay.
help us all.
All right, we're gonna shut it down because now we're just getting goofy. Maybe we'll entertain and talk to the Pooba about doing just a once a
limited run.
a limited run once every 2 weeks. Once you guys have a chance to see the show, we'll talk about it. I love the show. I'll watch it again 100 times. It's so good. And Katie Sackhoff, come on. All right. Anything else? What do you got going on, Debbie, this weekend? You got any Hayden meetups or anything else?
Oh, how I wish. No, I just have to settle for watching him on TikTok because there's quite a few TikToks that are dedicated to Hayden.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I
She's on Hayden
generally
Talk.
get my
Hayden talk?
She's on Hayden Talk.
That's awesome.
I tell you what, last night I don't know how I got on it, but I was on Muscle Car Talk.
Heck
And
yeah.
it was awesome
Heck yeah.
because
All
I
right,
love
great.
muscle cars.
My birthday is May 29th, and I come in a size Dodge Viper GTS. We're good. That's my dream car. That
I would like a
Viper.
Charger
No,
or
you
a
throw like a
Barracuda
Dart engine in there.
or a Chevelle.
Get a Dart.
My car's
Or-
like, I love my car, and it's not a dream car, but it certainly is a
The
car
dream.
that's fantastic. And for those of you that don't know, it is the Dark Side car. I can show a picture maybe next time. It's a Honda Civic Type R. It's wrapped in a matte gray, and it says Dark Side on the brow in red gloss, and then it has a big Imperial logo on the hood, and the license plate says Vader's R. It's a beautiful vehicle. I feel like Ferris Bueller, Cameron's dad, where I don't really want to drive it. I just rub it with a diaper all day. Just kidding. I've run the crap out of that car. I just put in a new exhaust with my uncle. Thanks, Unc, for helping me put that in, or for doing all the work and making me watch because you didn't want my help. But you don't watch the show, so I don't care. Anyways, Dark Side car. This is a Dark Side show. We need to talk about offline, trying to do something with the BSG. I'd love to do something with that maybe over the summer whenever things are a little slower. What do you got going on gig-wise, Buster Brown? Holy
this
crap, I haven't
Saturday.
called you that in like
It's been
5
a
years.
while.
What's up, Buster Brown?
This Saturday, I'm playing at the Oak Hill Social in Oak Hill. It's kind of like west of Boston.
Yep.
It's like
Chigger
1 to
Fest.
3. Yeah, no, that's not Chigger Fest.
Oh.
Chigger Fest is June 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what chiggers
Which-
are? Do you have chigger? I bet you don't have chiggers up there, do you, Debbie?
I hate chiggers.
Are
You
they
know
like ticks?
Like if they are tiny, like microscopic red dots, or like that you can see red dots, that's a chigger. Yeah, and they burrow
Oh, I
into
think
your
we have
skin.
those.
They burrow
They-
into your skin and make a whelp like a mosquito bite, and you gotta like
Oh.
suffocate them out, or like because they burrow into you, and then
That
Oh,
sucks.
yeah,
well,
it's
that's what
gross.
ticks do.
Yeah, but these things are like,
Mm.
yeah, they're not
This
fun.
Saturday, 1 to 3.
Yeah, 1 to 3 this Saturday
1 to 3 p.m. this Saturday
at the Oak Hill Social.
at the Oak Hill Social.
Nice. How did your recording sessions go? They went great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they went pretty good. We got some stuff laid down.
Yeah.
Trying to get something worked up in July to finish it up.
Demo or EP?
At this point, we might have enough songs to make a full album.
Nice. Debbie, what do you got going on? I know we were trying to get you to talk about Hayden, but you're not going to have any meetups. So
I have absolutely nothing, which is generally how my weekends go.
Mm.
I'm a hermit. I stay home, watch TV and movies, and
So let's figure out how long BSG is going to be on Amazon for, and see if we can play with that a little bit. I'd love to. It's going to be great. It'll be fun.
or
I don't know.
is it
Debbie's
only
like
on a
another
limited
show.
time?
Do what?
Is it only on a limited time?
I usually I had watched it all the way through, even though I own it. Like I watched it all the way through on Hulu, a couple of years ago before the pandemic, and they had it for only like a year, and I went through it pretty quickly because it's good. Cool. Thanks everyone for joining in the engagement. Debbie, have a great week, and we'll be talking though offline because we do need to figure some other things out. Who's our graphic person? Who I don't want to make those. Those are I can't. That took me like 5 hours. It's not going to take someone who does that shit 5 hours, is it? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, there's Philip, but I don't know if he does that type of graphics.
I mean, they are pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna toot my own horn here. Those are.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Next week we're gonna go through the second round, or actually what would be the semifinal round. That should be fun, and hopefully we'll have Cameron back. If not, that's fine. We do good with these three, and these three. I mean, I'm a part of those. Whatever. We're gonna sign off because I think I'm just tired. I had a long day. Everyone, thank you for joining. Thank you for being engaged, and make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Geek News Now Official on YouTube, on Spotify, iTunes, all the things. We're there also. The Sith Dominion podcast on Geek News Now. I'm Dana Martin. Thank you, Cam. Oh shit, that is starting to become very normal to say it like that. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Zane. Y'all have a great week. And remember, kids, peace is a lie. There's only passion. Good night.